Hello, this is Dave. When you have a big project, you have to be careful to have a good design, and there's sequences of events that have to happen one at a time in order to have a successful outcome. So that includes what we talked about last time was removal of the previous orchard, and then there's ground prep, because after you pull those trees out, there's holes in places and there's roots left over, and you have to get things back to greenfield zero. So the process means that you cultivate and you rip and take care of compaction layers that may have developed over the time with lots of tractor use, and make that soil homogeneous. So ground prep is a very important process. Then that's followed by, once that ground is smooth, we need straight lines, and we're building a factory, so we have to make sure the building's square. And straight lines lead to efficiency. You know that if you start driving a tractor down a row, that the row is not going to turn back and forth, it's going to be straight, and that it's not going to get wider and narrower, but it's going to be uniform from one end to the other. That just leads to efficiency in every operation that you do. So those lines are pretty important. After the lines are in place, then we look at the next step, and generally that means we're going to put trees in the ground. So these days we plant a lot of trees by hand, and then we come back in because those trees need support. If they don't have support, they can grow much slower. The wind, just things moving that tree trunk as it's a young tree, can reduce potential growth in any particular season by 20%, which is pretty significant. Our goal is to get that tree to grow up and fill the space and grow nice fruit wood so that it can be productive as soon as possible. So it takes a lot of effort, a lot of hard physical labor to dig those holes and put those trees in the ground. And then depending on the soil, we come back in and put the posts in. Sometimes we can use a post driver to put them in, but if there's rocks in the ground, then we drill a hole and have to have a rock bit on that auger. And then sometimes, if depending again on that soil, it may take some back-breaking labor to dig a hole that we can put that post down into the ground. We follow that tree up very closely with irrigation. When you're dealing with a desert and an arid climate, sometimes the soil does not have enough moisture really from the winter snow to be able to give that root a nice moist soil to be planted in. So we want to have water available. We're following the planting of the trees very quickly with irrigation, and we use a lot of drip irrigation. So there's emitters along a black hose that are stretched out next to the trees, and within an hour of when the tree's planted, our goal is to begin to give that tree a drink of water, to get it established and make it in love with its new home so it can do its job to the best of its ability. So a lot of the hard work has been done in establishing the trees, getting them in the ground. The support system will be built as the tree grows. As Mary Poppins said, well begun is half done. If you have a good start, then typically you're going to have a good finish. That's what we're hoping for.